The last time I got to see my mama was from behind prison glass. When she didn't recognize me, I figured at least she didn't have to deal with the heartbreak of seeing her boy locked up. This is my first time playing a part that isn't me. So I'm excited. I got to do Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone, but I played Jelly Roll. So this is cool. Today I get to play a whole different guy. It's like, I'm actually acting. It's cool. What if there's not a next time? I think it was just important for me to play a role that was cathartic, but wasn't music-based. That was kind of what we were looking for more than anything. We get offered a lot of TV shows, but they're always like, I'm playing a musician or I'm playing an active inmate, and this was really cool to play a rehabilitated inmate and something completely out of music.
Man, thanks for being here. I know you're crazy running around. He's a rock star. He knows his stuff, and you know, he's bouncing around doing a million things today, but he's still, you know, he's running over there, jumping in the scenes, and I think he's doing a really great job at being present and you know, and just focusing on delivering a great performance.
I can get your dad for you. Let you make that special delivery yourself.
I don't know anybody who's not an immediate fan of Jelly Roll. It's just been lovely.
The country superstar is guest starring on tonight's episode of Fire Country on CBS. So how exactly did Jelly Roll score a role on season 3 of the hit show?
This is old school Hollywood. I got approached in a bathroom about this show. Doesn't sound real, right? A guy named Max Theriot caught me in a restroom at the Country Music Television Awards. And he was like, hey, we got this show we're doing, and I'd heard about it because I knew they had sung a song of mine. So immediately I had to go home and watch it. I got sucked into it like the rest of the world. I love a fine grated Parmesan. See, you get it.
I was at the CMTs. I was presenting an award this last year, and you know, there's a lot of sitting around in those chairs on stage up there, and finally I was like, all right, I gotta run to the bathroom between breaks here. And I'm gonna run back, and we bumped into each other there, and you know, I told him, big fan obviously, and I appreciate him letting us use some of his music on the show, and yeah, he was like, oh brother, he's like, you know, he's like a big fan of the show, and you know, it's really all about, you know, what I represent, and you know, my life, and tells this story that obviously is really important to him, and a message that he wants to share with the world. And you know, he was like, dude, he's like, I've been petitioning like online to be like, I gotta get on that show. And I was like, well, I can get you on the show. I was like, you know, I could probably help make that happen. And that's kind of how it all started. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Want to bring people on the show, sometimes you gotta find different ways to get it done.
I love the show. I love what it stands for. I love how many teachable moments there are in the show. I mean, it's almost like a therapy session.
Jelly's not the first country star to set foot on the Fire Country set. E.T. was with Kane Brown as he filmed his TV debut for season 1.
I've always wanted to be an actor, and it's a cool role that they got for me.
I take it you weren't going to prom?
Go by Robin.
Bodie.
Why is it important for you to feature country music stars in Fire Country?
Well, I think a lot of country music stars, you know, their music in general is really relatable and grounded, and you know, I think it resonates with a lot of people who watch our show. It's you know, a lot of it tells these messages of you know, of I don't know necessarily like a simpler life, but of, you know, great morals and family values, and you know, a lot of songs about community, and you know, a lot of the music has a lot of heart, and it really is sort of the tone of the show thematically, and you know, and just the music in general really sort of suits the show. And so I've always been you know, really excited about trying to bring more country singers into the show. You know, let them dip their toes into trying things out over here, and you know, and it's a fun way to sort of cross-pollinate, you know, the two worlds, and bring in some more of these artists' music in different ways, and you know, utilize new songs they have coming out. It's the music that I grew up listening to. It's the music that I still listen to. Yeah, definitely. I'm a big country music fan.
If they go into season 4, I want to do some of the scoring. I hope Noah pops back up in season 4 for sure.
So who exactly is Jelly Roll's character, Noah?
He's a guy who was formerly incarcerated, you know, lost his mom to dementia, and just, you know, he can relate to a lot of the things on a personal level that Vince is going through.
Look who's here.
We had to put my dad into a home sort of reluctantly. Vince, my character, has having a hard time dealing with that for obvious reasons. And Jelly Roll plays Noah, the guy who's been sort of taking care of him and unbeknownst to me has befriended my dad at this place. So that in and of itself is a little shocking and then kind of comforting. It's easy, you know, when you got a guy like him. He's just, I mean, he's already got so much life in him, and he's already lived so much life. It's not hard for him to access anything, and he just slipped into this thing like super comfy.
I bet he'd appreciate that personal touch.
I bet you don't know my dad.
Oh, that's a bet you'd lose today. I've been working with Mr. Walter the last couple of weeks. He's my favorite guy around here. Just can't tell the others. I am ready to act, dude. I got such great people here. Billy, who I'm doing one of the main scenes with, who plays Vince on Fire Country. He's one of my favorite characters anyways, but I mean, he's put a battery pack in me. And between each take, he's like, there we go, baby. Hollywood's call. He just got me, I don't know if he's just trying to make me feel better, but I mean, it's working. Hoping this is a segue into me being able to do more stuff like this. I'm hoping that I can prove my value here. I would love to be in like Mayor of Kingstown or something like that for sure. I want to be a bad guy again. I got to be a really good guy today. Now the next step is I want to be an absolute villain.
Okay. Do you have a dream co-star for a project? Someone you go, I got to work with this person.
That's a crazy question, great question. I would probably have to go with Jonah Hill. I love his spirit. I love what he stands for outside of the art.
Recently, Jelly Roll teamed up with none other than Prince Harry. He performed at the closing ceremonies for the Invictus Games in Vancouver.
I love what the Invictus Games stand for. I think it's so incredible what they're doing. It's totally what my heart's for. And honestly, who says no to Prince Harry when he calls, right? So when Prince Harry called, I was like, dude, I'm in. This is the Duke of Sussex calling me. Whatever you want me to do, man, I'm showing up. What a great guy. I mean, Prince Harry was probably the most, I was going to meet a prince now, you know, and I didn't know what to expect. And I mean, just the most down-to-earth guy I've ever, I mean, just another dude in the room is what he was.
You give me your tattoo, and then you come and play the Invictus Games.
That easy of a deal.
All right, screw it, let's go. Wait, have you done this before?
But practically, pretty much. Trust me, man. You wouldn't want nobody else doing this but me.
What does that say at the bottom?
The bottom?
Is that your name? Does that say Jelly Roll?
No.
You put your name on my neck?
You know what? I gotta go.
Wait.
I was trying to give him a tattoo, man. He was struggling, but we worked it out.
The four-time Grammy-winning nominee is not slowing down. He's lost almost 200 pounds. He's American Idol's first artist in residence, and he's currently on tour with Post Malone.
I love being busy. It's important. An idol mine is the devil's playground, so I'm always trying to keep moving. It's kind of my goal in life anyways. And, you know, it's you got to put feet on your faith, man. You got to go where people are.
Does it seem like a dream?
It is more than a dream. I would not have dreamed this. If you think this was my dream, you think I'm a lot more confident than you should have met me earlier in life. I was not that confident. I just dreamed not to die in prison. You know, I had one dream. It was just not to get a life sentence eventually. So anything outside of that has been icing on the cake.